Exactly. So what this says is that, all right, Highway 29 sales aren't growing, but during the holidays, sales go up by 25%. That's a percentage change. Just like this is a percentage growth rate, this is a percentage change. So during the holidays, and again, we talked about holiday sales being everything in the wine industry. Holiday sales are sales go up 25% during the holidays along Highway 29. And again, that's pretty obvious from the picture, so let's just go back real quick. No, that's not it. It was... Okay. Does the spike in sales during the holidays for Silverado Trail look different than that of the spike in sales during the holidays for Highway 29?
Yes.
Yes. So what we want to know is that difference statistically significant? And that's what is.
Silverado is the difference, right?
Yeah.
Plus.
So the Silverado holiday is the difference?
Silverado.
I thought the Silverado holiday was the
difference.
Oh, because then the holiday plus the Silverado holiday is the spike for
Silverado. Correct.
So then what is Silverado
Silverado
itself?
It's kind of like the constant, but for Silverado. And the constant we're not really concerned about.
So we're, okay.
It's Silverado time though. That's the coefficient that it grows by. Normal.
But tell me something about the Silverado holiday coefficient. It's positive, which means, and we can say it's 1%. So Silverado Trail wineries experience holiday sales 1% greater than that of Highway 29 wineries.
But it's not statistically significant.
But it's not statistically significant, exactly. So that's why we test things. Those spikes clearly look statistically significant, but apparently they're not. Right? That's what the data tells us.
So, random question, sorry, I'm just like clarifying now that I can visually see it.
Yeah.
Silverado time is the growth rate for Silverado just for the holidays?
No.
In general?
It's the growth rate. So it's this might not work. But Silverado time is the slope, is the difference in the slope. So Silverado is red. So think about a line going like this. This is Silverado time.
And that's just for Silverado though, that's not 29 at all. That's just going through the red, correct?
Correct. So this is beta 1 plus Silverado time, which was
Beta 4.
Beta 4. So beta 4 is the difference in the slope of sales, difference in the growth rate of sales for Silverado Trail wineries relative to Highway 29 wineries. It's a difference in the slope, yeah.
If you're looking at difference for just the holidays, would you say that it's 1% over every 4-week ending period, or would you multiply that by your 3 months worth of 4 weeks?
No, just be 1% for the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah. And remember that the Highway 29 wineries essentially had a growth rate of 0, so think of that as being flat. And this is 29.
But we're not concerned with that, right?
Well, we are, because...
Well, in these variables, we're not, though.
Yeah, so that's beta 1, is that. Remember, it was slightly positive, 0.0003 something or another. So it had a little bit of slope on it, but it wasn't statistically significant, so it's essentially 0. And again, the reason why we test is, I mean, if you asked me, I would have said those spikes are statistically different, but I'm not going to argue with the statistics.
Okay.
Again, a perfect lesson on why we actually run these regressions. What look significant isn't.
It's making a lot more sense this week.
Good. You know, it makes even more sense the next time you take this class. Good question?
Brutal.
So the growth rate of Silverado
Joke
Trail
never
was
gets old.
statistically significant.
I'm sorry, one more time.
The growth rate of the Silverado Trail was statistically significant, but the difference in O&D sales was not.
Exactly.
But how does that factor into the hypothesis about experiential sales being more effective than?
Yeah.
Because they're more experiential in general, and their growth rate is much higher.
Yeah, I would say that this is the problem, but I'm not going to have you do it. Let me erase that first. Wow, what a difference. I would say that this is the problem. Look at the size of these spikes. Look at the difference in these spikes versus the difference in these spikes. These are the ones that really catch your eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
These ones you would probably say are probably not statistically different. So it looks like the spikes, so not only are sales at Silverado Trail wineries growing faster, it looks like the spikes are getting bigger and bigger as you go across time. So what we really need to do, and I'm not going to have you do this, but what you should do is interact those spikes with time and see if the spikes are getting bigger over time. And I did it, so I could say that they are getting bigger over time and that difference is statistically significant. But the problem is we're assuming that the spikes are the same throughout time, so it's averaging these which are not statistically significant, with these that are. And we're getting that positive coefficient 1%, which is actually pretty big if we compare it to the growth rates, right, which were relatively small. So we're getting that positive coefficient, but it's not statistically significant because it's averaging with those other two. So I think if we had more data, if I was, for example, if I was to update this data, then we'd have a little bit more recent data, and those spikes, the significance of those spikes would start to show up. But I think interacting them with time would show that the spikes are getting bigger.
And we're only going to be looking at percent growth rates this time.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is to kind of, like she said, we've done this before. It's a little bit different model. Hopefully that the underlying question is relevant, so that you take some interest in it. Okay, in the end, we're trying to see what's the best way to run a tasting room. Really, we live in wine country. We got lots of tasting rooms. There are lots of people that, if you read the paper, I pulled this great quote from, and I hope nobody's from there, from this consulting company in Napa that trains tasting room staff. And I used her quote directly, and someone said I misquoted her, but it's a literal quote that I took out of a Wines and Vines article. And the woman says, we tell our tasting room, our trainees that go through our training staff, we tell them that your job is to do three things: sell wine, sign up club members, and get contact information.
Is that wise?
Yeah, the Weiss Academy. What's that?
Who said that?
Barbara. Berglund?
Leslie.
Leslie Berglund. I'm sorry, Leslie Berglund. Leslie Berglund, I quoted her, and it's in the academic article. But yeah, and this really throws a lot of cold water on what she's telling her staff to do. She's saying sell, 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 sell. I'm saying that's not what the data shows. The data shows that a more relaxed environment, and you can argue with how we ran this, and a lot of you had valid points, and I make valid points in the paper. That's not perfect, but we can argue this is pretty consistent evidence weighing on the side of let them enjoy themselves and get those repeat customers, as opposed to just hammering them and getting that one high margin sale in the tasting room. when you leave, like I said, you leave pissed off. Like, man, that person just getting on my, I bought that because I wanted them to shut up. Tell me you haven't done that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just, and you just remember that, and you don't go back and you don't buy that brand again. That's what you remember. You remember that negative experience instead of a positive experience that you brag, that made me look like a legend of wine country to people, to my friends, when I had never been there before. So it was just, yeah. So if someone told me I was misquoting her, but there was someone that had went through the tasting room, her training staff. I said, no, I pulled that from an article. We train our staff to do 3 things. I don't know how that could be misquoted, but apparently it can be. So yeah, we're answering real questions here. Like I said, I told you the first day of class, the first time you think we're doing something that's something a PhD might like or enjoy, by all means let me know and we'll move on to something else. I think all these are real world questions that need, a lot of which haven't been answered, that need answers. So, apparently we're not going to review tonight. Any questions? Yeah?
When are you going to release the homework and the data set?
I could do it when I get to my office right now, assuming it hasn't burned down. But,
Fingers crossed.
what's that?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll see you with the lighter out there. All right, I guess this is the first night we get out on time, maybe?